Good day, baseball fans. This is King Ikeboo coming to you live from the underground bunker. And today we have an update on our 2005 PC Replay Baseball replay season. And today we have a big game for you, an exciting game from Yankee Stadium in New York. The New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Starting pitchers today, Pedro Martinez, 6-3 for the Mets, and Mike Mussina, 5-4 for the Yankees. The Mets and the Yankees have a very similar record. They're both in second place in their division. The Mets have a record of 39-33, and the Yankees have a record of 41-31. Just a quick update on the standings. We are in June 24th. And in the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays are hanging on to their lead. They had a much bigger lead just a week ago. They have a 4-6 in their last 10. And the Yankees, Boston, and Baltimore are all surging with 7-3 records in their last 10 games. In real life, the Yankees, of course, won this division. In fact, they won a tiebreaker over Boston. They both had a record of 95-67. The Blue Jays are about to lose their ace, Roy Halladay, who is having an incredible year. I think he's 12-1 in this replay, and so they're going to miss him. He gets injured in Texas in the beginning of July, if you remember correctly. In the Central, the real-life World Series champion, the White Sox, are struggling with only a 40-32 record. Doesn't sound too bad, but the mighty Indians are 8.5 games ahead of them with a record of 48-23. Although the White Sox are only a game and a half behind in the wild card. The White Sox last game was against the Cubs. Cubs are struggling this year, but they had an amazing game under Sergio Mitre, and they won 21-5. I wish I had that one recorded for just the fun of watching that. And in the West, the Angels won the division in real life, and they were tied with Seattle for most of the season, and they're starting to pull away a little bit now. The surprising Seattle Mariners, who were last place in this division, have hung in tight all season long so far. And in the National League, you see the Mets, who will be playing today, they were tied with the Atlanta Braves not too long ago, but they are on a 5-game losing streak and now find themselves 2.5 games back, only a game ahead of Philadelphia. So they need to pull it together, and they have their ace on the mound today in Pedro. In the Central, the Cardinals, who won the division, did not win the pennant. Houston won the pennant that year, but they are on pace to duplicate what they did in real life, as they have 11-game lead over the Houston Astros in the Central. And one of the worst divisions of the last 10 years, the 2005 National League West, is proving to be competitive. They have a 4-team race right now. The only team that seems to be out of it is Arizona, but the other 4 teams are within 2 games of each other. So that's where we're at. So just an update there. Now let us go to this game, today's game between the Yankees and the Mets from Yankee Stadium, old Yankee Stadium. And Pedro Martinez is probably his last great year in baseball was 2005. He had a .95 whip in a much more offensive-minded season than today. But he's struggling a little bit this year. He's not getting the run support, as he only has a 6-3 record. And for the Yankees, we have Mike Mussina, the ageless one, going for them. He's 5-4. So I'll be playing as the Mets, of course. And let's see if I make any adjustments to the... I can't bring in new players, but I can move them around. For some reason, I think it's because David Wright's rookie season, they had him down 7th in the lineup. I always move him up. I moved Piazza down. I know this is not the most exciting bit of video, but I won't make a lot of adjustments because that would be dull. But let's move him down. Marlon Anderson. I like having him in up here. I like someone who can bunt, but just because of it takes too much time, I will just leave it at that.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare amongst the stinging air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say the last star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome to New York. Welcome to Yankee Stadium, baseball fans. Today we have a game on June the 24th, 2005 between the Mets and the Yankees. Leading off for the Mets, Jose Reyes, the shortstop, batting .252, not getting on base. Well, he never really did, but he does have 40 stolen bases already, and we're just about halfway through the season, on pace for 80. Batting second and playing right field, Mike Cameron. Batting third, the center fielder, Carlos Beltran, batting .311. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Cliff Floyd. Batting fifth, the rookie third baseman, David Wright. Batting sixth and playing second base, Marlon Anderson. Batting seventh, the DH, Mike Piazza. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Doug Mentegich. Batting ninth, the catcher, Ramon Castro. And of course, the starting pitcher, Pedro Martinez, 6-3, 2.44 ERA. For the New York Yankees, second place with a record of 41-31 in the American League East. Leading off, the shortstop, of course, Derek Jeter. Batting second, the second baseman, Robinson Cano. Batting third, in right field, Gary Sheffield. Batting fourth, at playing third base, the infamous Alex Rodriguez. Batting fifth, the DH today, Hideki Matsui. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Bernie Williams. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jorge Posada. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Tino Martinez. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Tony Womack. And starting for the Yankees, Mike Mussina.
Replay Radio is live from New York.
There's a beautiful shot of Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium that is no longer in existence. So enjoy it, and we will enjoy this game today. So leading off is Reyes, and he strikes out to start this one.
One out, base is empty.
The Mets in a 5-game losing streak, trying to break that in New York in their heated rivals' barn today. Here's Cameron. Possible error. Does Robinson Cano make a lot of errors? He's above average, 46, and just has enough to make the play. 2 away.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here's Beltran, 8 home runs, 29 RBIs, batting .311. And he is on with a walk. So that sets up people on base for Cliff Floyd.
Man on first.
He's underperforming this year. He should be on a pace for about 17 home runs. He has 11, batting .248. Has 40 RBIs right now. And it's going to be a tough play, but Martinez will make it to end the inning.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Bottom of the first.
So here's Pedro. Like we said, probably his last really good season in baseball. And what happened to the fans? Did they all leave? Maybe they don't want me to talk anymore. But here's Jeter. He's batting .292, 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. Let's see what's going on. What happened to the sound? Maybe we'll just crank it a little bit. I don't know if that will make much of a difference. No, not really. But here we go. Pedro, first pitch to Jeter. And he is out.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Robinson Cano, currently a Seattle Mariner in his first year. I think the Yankees miss him. This was his rookie season back in 2005. And he has a little grounder to Marlon Anderson. Easy out, 2 away.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here's Sheffield. Has 13 home runs, 49 RBIs, batting .246. And here's a possible home run. I think we have a 33% chance home run for Sheffield. And he hits it out of the park. 1-0 Yankees. Home run number 14.
50th RBI this season.
And his 50th RBI for Gary Sheffield.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here's A-Rod. He's batting .287, 10 home runs, 47 RBIs. He should be on pace for like 24 right now, but he only has 10 home runs. No home run here. He strikes out at the end of the inning. So after 1 inning, we'll let this guy finish.
1 hit and none left on.
So after 1 inning, the score is the Yankees 1 and the Mets nothing.
Top of the second.
Here's David Wright, batting .306. No, .28. In real life, he had batted .306. Here he's batting .293, 13 home runs, 48 RBIs. Pretty much on pace for what he should be. Oh, between 2 numbers there, but he strikes out. Hit the right column.
1 out, base is empty.
Marlon Anderson, the second baseman, he will strike out. Mussina off to a good start.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here's Piazza DHing today. And looks like the no-hitter is over in the second inning as Bernie Williams, who's a poor defender, drops the ball or doesn't get to the ball, and Piazza is on.
2 outs, man on first.
Here's Doug. I don't want to butcher his name again. I have a lot of trouble with it, as you can tell. Here's a ground ball to Rodriguez, possible error, and we have to roll higher than a 44, which we do. He is on. Doug is on. 2 men on for Ramon Castro, the catcher.
2 outs, men on first and second.
He has some power. He has 4 home runs this year, and he's batting .360. So let's see if he can come through here with 2 out. Has a possibility. In fact, it's the only way he doesn't get a hit here is if we roll a 1. And we did. Typical Mets luck.
No runs. 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on.
That's what makes this game fun, you know. Exactly. You know, I mean, you roll anything but a 1 and you get a run, but this way you're out. Here's Hideki Matsui. He's batting .291 with 18 home runs, 57 RBIs. Unlike many of the players that we've seen so far, he is exceeding expectations. He's on pace for 36 home runs, and he only hit 23 in real life. But he's out this time. Line out to Doug.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Bernie Williams, definitely in the twilight of his career. His defense never was. Maybe it was better when he was young, but it's definitely horrible now. He's batting .268 with 5 home runs, 30 RBIs, and he's on with the walk. So once again, Pedro is struggling a little bit. Definitely not up to his usual self, and he could be throwing a wild pitch here. Possible pass ball. Castro's a pretty good fielder, but look at that. He rolls a 6, so twice Castro is burned by the rolls. And Bernie Williams is on second base. Scoring position for Jorge Posada. Let's see if Martinez can get out of this. And he flies out to Cameron, 2 away.
2 outs, man on second.
Here is Tino Martinez. And it's a possible hit here. We roll a 1 or 6. The way the Yankees are rolling, you have to expect that. But this time, no. He is out. The inning is over.
No runs, no hits, and one left on. Top of the third.
So it's 1-0 Yankees. Here's Jose Reyes. He possibly could get on here. Well, 67% chance. And if he gets on, he has an opportunity to steal. And he's on. So let's see if we can get stolen base number 41.
No outs, men on first.
It's a good chance. Posada is a 3. Mussina is a 2. I'd see it's about a 33 or so. Anything higher than a 33. And he steals base number 41. So here, if Marlon Anderson was up,
Man on second.
I'd be tempted to bunt. But Cameron is not a great bunter. And he can't hit and run, although we don't even have the option for that. But we have to get this runner to third base somehow. But he's going to swing away. Oh, look at this. So it's good. Marlon Anderson is not up. Okay. The only way we don't get a home run is if we roll a 6. And Cameron hits it out of the park to put the Mets in the lead 2-1. That's home run number 8 for Cameron.
No outs, base is empty.
And surprisingly, in the old Yankee Stadium, hitting it to left field was considered very difficult. And we have both home runs so far by right-handers to left field. Here's Carlos Beltran. And he's on with a walk and a possible stolen base. So the Mets have something going here
No outs, men
in the third inning. See if we can get a stolen base again. It's 33, rolling higher. This time it's below.
No outs, men on first.
Here's Cliff Floyd. He grounded out to the first baseman Martinez, who threw it to Mussina in the first inning. This time he's going to strike out. First out of the third inning for the Mets.
1 out, men on first.
Here's Wright, who struck out in the second inning. And this time he line drive single, an error possibility. Womack I don't think makes a lot of errors, but we'll see. 36, no, 50% chance. And he makes an error. And we have men at second and third with 1 out.
1 out, men on second and third.
And here's the bunter, Marlon Anderson. He's going to swing away, of course, and he strikes out. Does not come through in the situation. The man on third and 1 out. Here's Piazza. He singled last time. And another possible single, though it's only a small chance. I think, oh, it's half and half. I'm looking at the wrong column down here. So 50% chance, roll 4 or higher. We have a single, but he rolls a 3. Could have been 2 runs.
2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. Bottom of the third.
So 3 times now the Mets have been burned by the roll, but they still have the lead 2-1. Here's Womack. It's in the right column, deep, but Cameron makes the play at the fence.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Jeter. He struck out first time. And he's on with a walk and a possible stolen base. Pedro does not hold runners well,
Men on first.
so it's a 33 again. Only this time for the Yankees. And he rolls a 15, so
1 out, men
he's
on
going to
first.
stay there. Here's Cano. Will they bunt? Not with 1 out, I don't think. We'll put the infield halfway. And he strikes out. Brings up Sheffield.
2 outs, men on first.
He's responsible for the Yankee run with his 14th. And this time he strikes out.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Top of the fourth.
Here's Doug. He gets on. The pitcher helps him out there. And he's on first base, leads it off.
No outs, men on first.
Here's Castro. He flied out to Sheffield in the second inning. And do we bunt? I know, I'm a bunter. I love getting those men in scoring position. I hate double plays. He has a lot of chances for a double play. 3 in this column and 3 in this column. But I don't want. Probably in real life he wouldn't bunt. He's batting .353. Let's give him the chance. And look at this. Look at this. 1 or 2 is a home run. 3. But he gets a base hit. And Doug goes to second.
No outs. Men on first and second.
So here's Reyes.
Playing in at the corners.
They think Reyes is going to bunt. I don't think he will. He's not much of a bunter. He could hit and run. He's not bad there. Doesn't strike out a lot. Double plays here, possibly here. Not really there. This one here, though, could be. Now we'll let him swing away. Although Mussina has not very good numbers for the hit and run. So maybe it's a good. Let's hit and run then. No double plays for me. Look at that. He comes through, hits one of those 4s. And Doug scores. Castro goes to third. The Mets lead 3-1.
No outs. Men on first and third.
Here's Cameron. He homered.
Playing in.
There's no way he's going to bunt. We're to swing away. But he hits it into that leaping catch by the shortstop. If there would have been a man on second, it would have been a double play. Thankfully, there was not.
1 out. Men on first and third.
Here's Beltran. See if he can come through. He's walked twice today. He does come through. Line drive single to center field. Williams, will he make an error? Not very likely. Close. 1 run scores. Beltran gets RBI number 30, and it's 4-1.
1 out. Men on first.
And look at that. They're done with Mussina. Bringing in Scott Proctor. He has an interesting record right now. He has no record there, but he has 11.25 ERA. This could be a blowout day, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Met fan, that's what you want to see. Floyd just flies out, doesn't advance any runners.
2 outs. Men on first and second.
Here's Wright, it's up to you. And line out to third base.
2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 left on. Bottom of the 4th.
So after 3.5, it's Mets 4, Yankees 1. Here's A-Rod. Struck out first time, lined out second time. 1 away.
1 out. Base is empty.
Matsui lined out first time, strikes out second time. 2 away here in the 4th.
2 outs. Base is empty.
Here's Williams. He's on with a walk.
2 outs. Men on first.
It's the 3rd walk given up by Martinez. Here's Posada. Hits it to an incredible center fielder, Beltran. The only way he gets a hit if he roll a 6. And we roll a 6. What is that now? 4 times the Mets have been burned by the roll. Like, extremely burned.
2 outs. Men on first and third.
That keeps the inning alive for Tino Martinez. Pedro's got to wonder what he has to do. And he walks him. Bases loaded for Tony Womack. The tying runs are aboard.
2 outs. Base is loaded.
Here's Womack. He flied out to Cameron first time up. And because the bases are loaded, that is not a walk. But the next time that happens,
2 outs.
it will be. So Martinez gets a reprieve. And he comes through and strikes out Womack to end the inning. Clutch.
1 hit and 3 left on. Top of the 5th.
Here's Anderson, struck out twice. And he has a ground out this time. Makes contact. Got to give him credit for that. To Cano. 1 away.
1 out. Base is empty.
Here's Piazza. 1 for 2. 1 for 3. Hits it to Rodriguez and makes the play.
2 outs. Base is empty.
Here's Doug. Should I make another attempt? I don't think there's... Well, you probably would disagree, but I don't think there's a name that I have more trouble with than this one. And an easy out to the pitcher. So Proctor's coming in there,
And just like that, the inning's over.
doing the job so far in relief of Mussina. Here's Jeter trying to get the Yankees going. He does. He's on with a walk and a possible wild pitch or pass ball. We shall see.
Men on first.
The pitch is in the dirt, but is blocked by Castro. Good play. No advance.
Men on first.
Here's Cano. He is 0 for 2. Struck out last time up. So if he would have not done the hit and run, they would have had a double. But we have a choice here. Should we retire the batter, Cano, for sure, or go for Jeter, who most likely we won't roll a 6. So we will retire the batter. And Jeter goes to second.
1 out. Men on second.
Here's Sheffield. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. Oh, close. He hits it deep. No, he strikes out because he hit the K on the pitcher card, and it was an out. But because Pedro is so good.
2 outs. Men on
Here's A-Rod, underperforming greatly this season. Oh, we have a rare play. And we have to refer to the rare play book. I wish I could see that rare play book. It'd be interesting to read that thing. Here, the computer takes care of it. A slow chopper to second base. Marlin charges the ball and fires to first, but Rodriguez is safe on a very close play for an infield single. Jeter takes third on the play and then tries to score while the first baseman is protesting. Oh, Doug, don't protest. Doesn't pay. Protesting the first base umpire. Roll 1 dice against Jeter's speed, so we have to roll a 6, or else Jeter will score because Doug is arguing with the umpire when the play is going on. But hey, our first time getting the benefit. He's thrown out at home.
and 1 left on.
There's some crazy rolls in this ball game. Oh, 1 to 5 would have scored. 6 is out. He is out.
Top of the 6th.
So Doug was just pretending to argue with the umpire so that Jeter would make a break for it home and so Doug can throw him out. Excellent deceptive play by Doug. Here's Castro. He strikes out. Proctor continuing to do the job for the Yankees.
1 out. Base is empty.
Here's Reyes having a good day, 2 for 2, or 2 for 3, sorry, with a stolen base and an RBI. He's not been hitting well lately, so this is a welcome change. Not again. Roll a 1 is the only way he doesn't get a single. It has to be something else this time. Yes. He's 3 for 4 right now. Reyes is having a very good day, one of his best days in the last month.
1 out. Men on first.
Proctor is getting tired. Here's Cameron. He's homered, lined out to short, and grounded to second. 1 for 3. Another ground ball. The shortstop forced at second base. 2 away here in the 6th inning.
2 outs. Men on first.
Beltran, he's 1 for 1. Reached all 3 times. 2 walks and an RBI single. And because of the platoon, he flies out deep.
No runs.
He's a better hitter against left-handed pitching from the right side of the plate.
Bottom of the 6th.
So we're at the bottom of the 6th. It's still 4 to 1. Here's Matsui. Almost a home run, but deep fly to Cameron. 1 away.
1 out. Base is empty.
And you can see that Martinez has been burned by the home run ball this year. 15 home runs and 108 and a 2/3 innings so far. Bernie lines out. 2 away.
2 outs. Base is empty.
Here's Posada. Easy play. Dribbler to the catcher. Out of the inning.
It's a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 7th. They're making the call to the bullpen.
So after 6 complete, it's still 4 to 1. Here's Sturts. Tanyan Sturts. He has the Yankee bullpen. I mean, they had Flash Gordon, and they had, of course, Rivera, who were awesome. But the other guys weren't really that good. You can see Tanyan here, 8.69 ERA. Although in real life he had a respectable 4.73. But he's struggling. He's given up 11 home runs in 39 innings. And Floyd is on with a walk. So while Proctor did a great job,
No outs. Men on first.
we will see what happens here. Here's Wright. He is 1 for 3. And he is on because of the poor outfield defense of the Yankees. And Floyd goes to third because his speed is greater than 2.
No outs, men on first and third.
Here's Marlon Anderson, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. But he is going to come through with a home run, a 3-run homer for Marlon Anderson. And it's now 7-1 Mets. That's number 4 for Anderson. Here's Piazza. Are the fans starting to file out of Yankee Stadium here today? We know they have a great offense. They can still come back, but you have to remember Pedro was on the mound.
No outs, men on first.
Pedro's not used to this kind of run support this season anyway. Here's Doug. And he's on. Sturts is having trouble. How long will they leave him in there? Joe Torre, of course, is the manager.
No outs, men on first.
No outs. Here's Castro. 7-1 you got. Oh, and look at that. He's going to get a base hit because of Jeter's defense. The Yankee defense is suspect here in 2005.
No outs, bases loaded.
Here's Reyes having a great day. 3 for 4, 3 singles. And he has the bases loaded with nobody out. They're leaving Sturts in there. And look at this. He hits it out of the park. Grand slam. Jose Reyes. He runs around those bases. No home run trot for Reyes.
Has 5 RBIs today.
He had 17 coming into the game, and now he has 22.
Making the call to the
And they're going to have to burn Tom Gordon. Usually you save Gordon for a when you're ahead. Okay, we have the relief pitcher option because of the righty-righty matchup, and they are taking the walk. They don't want to give up a walk here, so they take column 5. Here's Cameron. He's 1 for 4. Mets fans, don't you wish that you had this kind of offense here this year, 2014? It would be a welcome thing. Look at this. It continues. A double into the corner. Cameron goes to second. Still nobody out. They already have 7 on the board.
no outs, men on second.
Here's Gordon. Or here's Beltran, sorry. He's 1 for 2. Walked twice and has an RBI single. Another hit because of the defense. Bernie Williams cannot get to that ball. His legs will not get him there. And Cameron scores. That's the 8th run of the inning. Beltran's 2nd RBI.
No outs, men on first.
Here's someone who is not getting it going. You think if you're scoring 12 runs that Cliff Floyd would be involved somehow, but he is 0 for 3. But that is to change as he gets a double, another double. Gordon is giving up run after run. Beltran does not try to score with nobody out.
No outs, men on second and third.
Here's Wright. And he's on because of the defense. You really have to upgrade their defense out there in the outfield. 1 run scores, and they're not going to risk it
No outs,
with
men on
nobody out. It's 13-1. There's a lot of high-scoring games today. 21-5 for the Cubs. Here the Mets are up 13-1. Marlon Anderson, he's already didn't he just home run or homer here in this inning? And you would say yes, it would be true because he did. And he gets another hit possibly unless they roll a 1. It's just a carousel here. No more lucky rolls for the Yankees. Wright goes to third because the speed is higher than 2.
4 RBIs today. No outs, men on first and third.
And they're continuing. What is wrong with Flash Gordon? He was great coming into this game. Short fly for the first out. Will they try? Nope.
1 out, men on first and third.
Here's Doug on for another crack at it. Uses 2 for 4. It's been on 3 times, however. He reached on an error first time up. And he's going to hit into a double play. This is what you call have mercy on the Yankees.
10 runs, 11 hits, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 7th.
11 hits in 1 inning for the Mets. And Martinez can just stroll. Although he gives up a double. Guess he just was too lackadaisical out on the mound with a 13-run lead.
No outs, man on second.
Here's Womack. Now he's going to be on. A single off the pitcher's glove. Thankfully, Martinez makes no errors, no matter what we roll.
No outs, men on first and third.
Here's Jeter. And this is the difference it makes to have a good offensive or defensive outfield. This would be a certain hit if the Yankee outfield was out there, but with Beltran, unless we roll a 6, he's going to be out. And it's a 5. So Jeter's out. Run doesn't score.
1 out, men on first and third.
Here's Cano. He's over 3. But he walks to load the bases. Yankees have a lot of fight in them.
1 out, bases loaded.
Here's Sheffield, responsible for the only Yankee run, a home run in the first. And he grounds out, but that advances the runners. Gets RBI number 2 on the day. And it's now 14-2.
2 outs, men on second and third.
Here's A-Rod. And here's where the great pitching of Martinez comes in. Anything higher than a 1 was a possible hit, but there's no possibility here. Fly out to Cameron, ending the inning. Yankees get a run to make it 14-2 after 7 innings.
And 2 left on. Top of the 8th. They're bringing in a new pitcher.
Here's Quantrill with his 8.19 ERA. You don't see bullpens like this anymore, do you? Castro grounds out to Rodriguez. 1 away. Here's Reyes having a great day. 4 for 5 with a grand slam and 5 RBIs. And once again, unless you roll a 6, he's going to get another hit and go. I believe that'll be his 5th hit of the day. I think he has a possibility for an error, but Quantrill is an excellent fielding pitcher.
That's his 5th hit today. 1 out, men on first.
Reyes, incredible day for Reyes. I think he was coming into this game batting 248, maybe even the 230s, but he's definitely picked it up here today for the national TV audience. Here's Cameron. He has 2 hits today, but he hits into that ugly leaping catch to shortstop business.
2 outs, men on first.
Here's Carlos Beltran. He is having a good day as well. He's 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 walks. This time he faces a pitcher that doesn't give up many walks.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 8th.
And even though Martinez is in the tired, because he's had a good day, he still is hanging in there. He doesn't have his B column ratings yet. Although his B column ratings are better than a lot of pitchers' A column ratings or regular ratings. But he's going to give up a double here to Matsui.
No outs, man on second.
And that's it for Martinez. He is now tired. We could go by his B ratings. And we might, if our bullpen is tired, which it might be. We only have 1 left-hander in the bullpen. That's Dae-Sung Koo. But we don't need a left-hander now. You got Roberto Hernandez. You got Aaron Heilman. These guys pitched yesterday. Might bring in Graves, even though he pitched yesterday, just because he's not that good. And when you have a 12-run lead, who cares, right? But we'll leave Martinez in, see if he can get through this inning. Matsui goes to third on the ground out to Anderson. 1 away.
1 out, man on third.
Posada. This will score a run as the infield is back. And it makes it an 11-run game.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here's Martinez. Nobody on. Doug makes the play. Ends the inning.
1 run, 1 hit, and none left on. Top of the 9th.
Okay, here's Floyd. He doubled last time up. And he gets a base hit. 1 away from a home run. Here to lead off the 9th.
No outs, men on first.
And here is David Wright. He is 3 for 5 with 3 singles, only 1 RBI. Excuse me. Another base hit for Wright.
That's his 4th hit today. No outs, men on first and second.
Here's Anderson. He has the 3-run homer and a RBI single for 4 RBIs today. He is 2 for 5. And he strikes out this time. No big loss.
1 out, men on first and second.
Piazza. He pops out to Cano for 2 away. And
Men on first and second.
Doug into a, oh, he homers this time. 3-run homer for Doug. I was going to say last time he hit into a double play, but he's making up for it here with a 3-run homer.
3 RBIs today.
That's home run number 11. He matches what he did in all of 2005 with that one.
2 outs, base is empty.
And Quantrill is tired. But the Mets are not done yet, as Jeter cannot make the play. So Castro is on.
2 outs, men on first.
And here is Reyes going for hit number 6. And look at this. Because Quantrill is tired, Reyes... Oh, that's why he didn't announce the 6th hit. He has a possibility for an error. Or a possibility for an extra base. And Reyes can move up because of the plus. So on the throw, he can move up. And he does.
That's his 6th hit today.
6 hits for Reyes.
Men on second and third. They're bringing in a new pitcher.
Don't the Blue Jays wish they had this kind of production from Jose Reyes? Here's Cameron. He's twice hit into that line out to Jeter business. That's what this LO6 is. 2 times, but he has a home run and a double to go along with that. And he strikes out this time to end the inning. 17-3 Mets.
3 runs, 5 hits, and 2 left on. Bottom of the 9th.
And we don't want to kill Pedro, so we're going to bring in Graves. He's probably the worst pitcher that we have right now. Heath Bell is a candidate for that too. Royce Ring, oh, he's a left-hander, so we don't want to bring him in. I said there's only 1, but there's 2. So we'll bring in Danny Graves. He is called the baby-faced assassin. Well, the baby-faced assassin had a 6.53 ERA. But it doesn't matter. He has a lot of leeway with a 14-run lead. But he gets the first out, and Womack fouled out to right.
1 out, base is empty.
Here's Jeter. He is 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Or no, 0 for 2, sorry. And make that 0 for 3 as he pops out to second base.
2 outs, base is empty.
And here's Cano. And he flies out to end the game, mercifully, for the Yankees.
New York wins the game easily.
I would say so.
Until next time, this is Replay Radio signing off.
So the Mets go to 40-33, ending that 5-game losing streak. And the Yankees go to 41-32. Martinez the winner, 7-3. Mussina the loss. He goes to 5-5, and the MVP of the game is Pedro Martinez. We can look at his pitching line. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a home run. So with Tiny Archibald, this is King Ikeboo coming to you from Yankee Stadium, where the final score, once again, the Mets 17 and the Yankees 3. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.